Hi there, I'm Luke, welcome back to PhotoBite, and today we're checking out the Honor 8X. Let's get into it. So the Honor 8X is less than £250, and yes, you heard that right. And for the money, you couldn't be better off. You're looking at a 64GB internal storage that can be expanded. You have a 20 megapixel camera on the front with a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and then on the front you got a 16 megapixel camera. So overall, for £250 or less, it's a very good phone. Looking at a very nice size screen as well, which has been great to use. Very clear, fairly bright, but overall we're kind of focused on the cameras. Now, with the 8X, they've really been pushing their night mode. So we saw it in the P20 Pro, we've seen it in the Mate 20 Pro, and now we're seeing it in the 8X. And using it, we have to say, you really can't complain. For the kind of shots you get out of the 8X, it's very impressive. When you're taking pictures of anything at night with a bit of light, handles it really well. It starts to struggle if you're pointing it towards a dark area where there is light coming in but there's no light sources. It does struggle a bit to find the detail. There's a lot of smoothing out there as well, but overall, as the AI camera for night mode, you really can't complain. When it comes to the front camera, you know, it does the job. It's not amazing, but if you're just getting general pictures with friends, family, it's very nice, fairly wide as well to get the family in. And then on the front with the 2 megapixel depth sensor, this one is more for portrait mode. So if you're going out, you want to get pictures of friends, blow out the background, get rid of a terrible thing in the background, just take a picture and it blurs it out. It does it okay, the stitching's all right. It does kind of, there's any gaps in the arms, there is sometimes a hit and miss sort of situation, but overall it does the job very well. Now when it comes to cameras, you're not looking at lighter technology like you see with the Pro series from Huawei's, but in the Honors, you know, they've done really well in getting a good camera at a budget-friendly phone. And to be honest with you, to find a phone with the optical quality that this has and the kind of performance that it gives, you really couldn't complain. It does the job, it gets you where you want to be. You're not spending crazy amounts of money to get good pictures. And the pictures coming out of the phone, they're not terrible, they're not amazing, but you know, for what you're getting, it's a phone worth having. Now within the camera, it being an AI camera, when you go into it, there's actually an AI logo and / button that you can push. And when you hit on that, what it does is it picks up scenes and it finds things to brighten up. So right now, I've got it down by some greenery here. I was gonna take a quick picture. Now it's a bit blown out in terms of the details, but what it's essentially doing is it's saturating certain colors to make the photo pop. So it saves any post-production that's already done in camera. When using it, it's been okay. Personally, as a photographer, you just turn it off. You just want to get a general picture and then move on, and then you can choose the colors that you want later. If you're someone who likes saturated pictures and you're happy with that, you know, turn it on, have a play, see what you think about it. It's hit and miss for people. You either love it or you hate it. Personally, we wouldn't use it, but it's nice that they added the feature in there. And then if you're also someone who likes to get creative, you do have light painting in here. So essentially you press the shutter on the back, you let someone do the exposure, or maybe it's of some cars passing by. Then when you're happy with it, you just press it again, and then that's your exposure. Using it, you know, it's great. I like it. It's a nice little thing to do, especially when you just want to get creative and try something out. Rather than get the big camera out to see if it would work, you can test it with the phone and then come back later with the camera. So it's very convenient to have and very easy to use. You've got panorama, that's pretty much standard in most phones these days. You've got HDR as well. That again does really well, but you will see some haloing around the highlights of the photo, but that's to be expected with HDR images. When you go into the more feature, you do have access to a pro mode, and with that you can take control of your ISO, exposure, shutter speed, white balance. It's all available to you, which makes life very easy for most photographers out there who want to test something before they actually bring the big camera out. So overall, the Honor X is a great little tool to have on the field when you're exploring or you're scouting a place out. You want to see how it's going to look before you bring in the big cameras. So definitely worth the recommend an hour book on that end. But overall, it's a good phone, nice screen, very easy to use. When it comes to video specs, you're looking at a 1080p resolution. There's no 4K in it. Kind of to be expected with a camera of its price, but the 1080p video, it's not bad, it's not amazing, it gets the job done, and it's definitely usable. So if you're using it for social media, you've got no problem. If you're using it for something a bit more than that, just stick to your big camera. That's really all you have to say on that one. But overall, we're very happy with what the Honor 8X is offering, especially at the price point. We haven't really found anything near it that offers quite what this does. So if you're in the market for a phone and don't want to spend premium prices, do check out the Honor 8X. So that's our review of the Honor 8X. We have to say we're very impressed. And if you guys have any questions down in the comments below, do let us know. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, my name is Luke. This is PhotoBite, and we'll see you next time.